Finally, after years of giving us nothing but minor tweaks and bug fixes, we've been gifted a non-stop stream of updates, all of which are poorly implemented, very buggy, and in no way fun. Wait a minute, I'm now paying thousands of pounds per year to play a game where I've had to stay in my player home and just play mini-games all day. Okay, let's rewind a bit. Bit further than that. So 2020 was a pretty anticipated update, even before it got rolled out to players. I think many players were hoping for a return to the party minigames and high-level social interactions of the players from the last 20 seasons. I guess the devs really wanted to subvert our expectations with that one. Hey. I know they say start things off with a bang, but literally burning down the entire Australia faction seems a little extreme. No one really knows what the plan was here, since it's mostly just killed hundreds of player types and destroyed thousands of player homes. Personally, I think it was a developer messing about with fire commands or something. And then some pretty high-level players got into a big argument on Discord about their different playstyles.
Do you honestly think you're fucking funny? Seriously?
This led to speculation over the highly anticipated World War III campaign. However, by the time we got to March, nothing major had been released. I guess hardware isn't powerful enough to render the explosions yet, and it would probably have crashed everyone off the servers too, so might be for the best, that one. Instead, they made the coronavirus pandemic a global feature, something a few developers have been testing in the China faction since the end of last season. It actually feels like less of a feature and more of a massive bug that's crashed most of the game's servers at this point. Makes you wonder. For starters, it doesn't involve any PvP. Even worse, it debuffs those already low on health even more, which sucks, especially for those with lower level lungs. Many faction leaders have struggled to cope whilst a patch gets rolled out, with millions of players contracting coronavirus worldwide. Fortunately, there's at least a large portion of players who don't seem to be affected by the debuffs, though I reckon they just went to a shrine or ate some hawk feathers and didn't tell anyone about it. And because of this game-breaking bug, the game has lost even more of its original sandbox feel, with most players being forced to stay in their player homes, as I mentioned earlier. This isn't so bad for the introvert class, because it's pretty much what we do anyway.
Get out, or I'll call the guards.
But it's not so good for us extrovert classes who level up by doing multiplayer events. Personally, my speech skill's gone down a bit since the pandemic, which kinda sucks for leveling up in my guild, but at least I have a cool new piece of armour. Earlier this season I could gain access to supermarkets however and whenever, but now guards only let you in once you purchase the face mask apparel. Except that's not being enforced here. Or here. Or here. Fucking hackers. So it seems not wearing a mask won't get you banned or even made to leave. It does increase the overall risk of getting the corona debuff though, which can result in a permanent ban from the entire game. Because of the restriction of multiplayer features, many players are relying even more heavily on multiplayer substitutes like Zoom, or playing more minigames together. Whilst this can still level up extrovert skill trees, I'd say it's quite a bit slower than actually meeting other players, because minigames don't nearly level you up as much as playing the actual game. Hopefully by the end of the season, Corona will fully be patched out, and we'll get all the multiplayer features back. Because I'm tired of dressing up like the bank robber class every time I want to buy bread. Nobody knows exactly what the devs have lined up for the rest of the season. Honestly, nothing much would surprise me at this point, but from the way things are going, I'm going to theorise currency crisis and a fall in the number of ways players can choose to keep levelling up. I know that really sucks, so I honestly don't know what the devs were thinking. It's been a pretty bad season on the whole, probably the worst since I started playing. Hopefully 2021 will be better. I have a feeling they're cooking up something pretty big in that studio though. Just like we're cooking our map. Seriously, if this climate change bug doesn't get sorted, we'll have worse seasons than 2020. It'll cause the whole server to crash. Hello? Hello?